Hey, Shalom. This is Brother Hashim from Indiana, GMS Indiana camp. Um, I want to first and foremost give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, in whom the truth resides. And peace and blessings be multiplied until the Akim out there, man. Is preaching this word, man, from the four corners of the earth. Yeah, don't do a quick sit down on the youth, man. I got a young cat that works with me. As I stated in previous videos, the Akim at my camp know about him. He's in Indianapolis, where he resides in Lebanon, but he works with me. So yeah, he was asking me some questions at work, and he a young cat, man. He's trying to get it, Lord, I could kind of see where the Lord Yahweh Shai is dealing with him, and he asked me, he asked me various questions all the time. And I told him, the other day, I said, man, the Lord's dealing, man. By the questions that he asked me, I can tell that he studies. He's been reading. Okay, so I said, well, yeah, man. I said, man, the Lord's dealing with young men. He rather us all. The scripture says, he would rather all not. He rather no man perish, man, but all come to repentance. Okay. So I told him, I said, man, I was just thinking the other day, like when I was a young man, when I was a kid, really, walking to school. I can think back when we was walking to elementary school, and I used to say to my friends all the time, it's like, man, we all brothers in God's eyes. And it kind of made me laugh because I was like, man, even then, I could see how Yahweh Shai was dealing with me. I mean, now me being in the truth now, I can see back then and certain little episodes in my life growing up, I could see where Yahweh Shai was dealing with me. And like I was telling him, we was exchanging stories about being, he's younger than me. He's like 24, I think. So he was telling me about, yeah, man, I used to do this. I know certain things that I used to say, we was exchanging little stories. So made me go to Jeremiah. Made me think about Jeremiah 1:4. Let me get that. Bear with me, man, because my technology skills are real rusty, man. Shit, I was at my daughter's house the other day trying to hook up the fucking DVD player, man. I can't believe I fucking forgot how to do that shit, man. I got the sound, but no fucking picture. And I'm fucking changing RCA jacks and shit. Still ain't no damn sound. Okay. Uh, Shit. Wait a minute. Alright. You know what? This ain't what I want. Okay. Oh shit. You know what? Let me put my phone on fucking airplane mode. So somebody's number pop up. Alright. Alright, this is this is Jeremiah first Jeremiah 1:4. He said, then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. All right. Then said I, Lord, God power, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Look what Yahushua said to him. He said, but the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth,
And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my word in thy mouth. See, see, I have, I have this day set thee over all nations, over the nations, and over the kingdoms, to root up, and search like it, to root out, and to pull down, and to destroy, and to throw down, to build, and to plant.
Right. So, hey, man. So Yahweh Shai, that's exactly what he has done, man. You know, and he was calling Jeremiah at a young age. All right, from cause he called all of us, man, at the ages that we all got this truth. Okay, so young doesn't it literally means young if young in age, but young could always also mean young in this truth, man, because when you come into the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, uh you're he said you're a babe in Yahushua. You're a new creature, man. So basically you're being born. That's why he told Nicodemus, man, you know, he had to be born again. Okay, so my true age would be like 10, maybe, you know, give or so. Because before I even got with the camp, I had already been studying. I watched like the first videos the elders had put up. So I had started studying then, you know. So and it's funny, man, because I had prayed. I had God that I knew that had recently got killed. Like maybe I say 3 or 4 months before I actually, you know, I'm not gonna say I stumbled upon the truth because I had prayed because when the guy got killed, I was like, man, you know, it hurt. It hit me so hard because the little guy used to. I was in the life, man. So I was selling dro or loud or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Uh, and when he got killed, man, I actually heard the gunshots. He got killed not too far around from my house. I actually heard the gunshots. And I was sitting in my car at that time. And when the guy rode up, another guy rode up on my bike, said, "Man, you know, you heard what happened to Goldie and blah blah." So you know, it kind of hurt me. I was in the world, but man, you know, the little guy was you know, kind of close to me, man. I kind of, I didn't really cry, but I was real sorrowful, and I was just, man, I was like, man, you know, it had started all over again. It's because like when I was in the life before. Man, I don't mean to turn this into testimony, but I just try to get to the, you know, the relevance. And when he had I didn't cry, but I actually prayed, and I wasn't even in the truth yet. And I prayed. I said, man, yeah. I didn't say how. I said, Lord, you trying to tell me something? You know, I said, man, make it plain. And man, uh, shortly after that, I say like maybe a month, maybe a month or two, I was with my cousin get some insurance, and he was with his cousin that sells insurance. We was in there joking, and he was like, "Yeah, man, these Gentiles and blah blah." And I was like, "Gentiles? What you mean Gentiles?" He's like, "Man, fucking crackers, man, blah blah." I said, "Oh shit, why you call them Gentiles?" He said, "Man, that's what the Bible call them." I said, "Oh shit, okay." I said, "Damn, where you go to church?" And he said, "Israel of Jesus." And so I was like, damn, I'm gonna come to church with y'all, with you, man. So I went to church with him a few times. And one day I'm sitting at the computer and I uh looked up on the computer and shit. I said, man, something was like, man, type in Hebrew Israelite. And I typed in Hebrew Israelites. Man, wouldn't you know it, man? Uh, uh, the apostles didn't pop up, but um, a video popped up. And so it may have been Nate. Now I'm not sure. It was Nate or somebody, but it was somebody out teaching. I can't recollect who exactly who it was. But as I went through the video, the apostles popped up, and I started watching them, and something happened. So I had been watching them for a couple of times, and shortly after that, I think about a couple of months into me watching them, the Rasta Skank video came up, and when I watched it, you know, I was like, man, it was controversial, so I was like, man, but still they coming from the scriptures, man. So anyway, man, make a long story short, that's how I came upon the truth. So um I watched the videos from then on, and So that's why I said, my age would be like, 9 or 10 years old, however long, the elders when the videos first started airing, I was on it watching it. So yeah, man. So and the Lord is here to. He said to pull down what? Pull down the strongholds that's been indoctrinated throughout the ages, man. All right, because our people is hella indoctrinated, man. The scripture says what? They are drunk, man, but not with wine. All right, so we have to pull down strongholds, man, and to destroy them. All right, and to build, and that's what we're right now. We're in a time of building building the elect, man. All right, because we're almost out of here, man. I mean, the chip has been implicated. It just hasn't been forced. Which at my job, we're basically set up at my job for the chip, man. We had that little kiosk thing at my job too to get snacks, just like the Fork Square place in Wisconsin, just like they got the kiosk. We got that same thing. When I first got the job, I was tripping because I walked in there and the stuff is all out, but it's no, it's just out. It's like a store. It's just sitting out. So I was like, oh shit. I said, what? Oh, I said, what? That stuff. What? We get that and sign for it or something? And she said, no, no. She said, no, don't take nothing. She said it's a little machine, and I'm thinking the machine got a little slot in it to put money, but it's to put money on your card. Everything is with a card. You can't put money on because I first walked up to it. When I got the job, I walked up to it. I was hungry and shit. I wanted some chips and shit. So I went up to it, shit with some cash, and I was trying to feed the thing money. And lady said, "No, you can't put no money in there. It's for it's if you got a card." And I was a temp at the time. I couldn't. I ain't had no card, so I was like, "Shit." So I couldn't eat. And it made me think. I was like, "Damn, man! It's the scriptures, man." I was like, "Look at this shit, man. You couldn't eat unless you got that fucking card, man." Which is gonna be the same thing with the chip. Okay, so we our job is set up. We got a card to scan in to get there. When we get there, we got to scan in, and to get the food, you got to scan again. Okay, so our job is set up like that too, man. So yeah, okay, back to the lesson, man. It's like it for that little intermission, but yeah, man. So yeah. So that's what we're here for, man. So as I was explaining to the young cat at my job, I was telling, I said, look, man, y'all was shot, man, is here to, ask me as many questions as you want. I just told him it's appropriate time, though, because we at work, and we got to be kind of clever. We got to be clever in what we do. Sometimes we take breaks at the same time, and or if we out working on the same job, sometimes we're working on the same job, and then he's across from me, so I can talk to him, and there's no one around, so. And with that, man, I want to get Corinthians. Alrighty. First Corinthians 13 and 11. All right. All right, this is First Corinthians 13 and 11. He said, and when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Con. Because what did we do, man, when we came into this knowledge of this truth, man? Uh, a lot of us stopped hanging out with certain niggas. Um, we stopped doing certain things. Matter of fact, Rick, when you first come into this truth, man, your main thing is basically study. And, and I prayed that prayer recently, man, maybe about a month ago, and because it's easy to get caught up back in this world when you've been in the truth for a while, man. So you have to always reevaluate. What am I here for? I recall in a movie. What movie was that? The Gladiators. When Marcus Aurelius, when he was old, he said to Maximus, he told him, he said, Maximus, tell me again, why are we here? And he said, we're here for the glory of Rome. He said, man, when a man gets old, he want to know what was his purpose in life, because being in this truth, you have to study, tell yourself, hey, man, hey, what am I doing? I'm doing this, man. I'm doing this because Yahweh Shai commissioned me to this, and I'm out. We're out to wake up the elect, man. So we gotta always keep reevaluating, man. Keep reevaluating the reason why you doing this. The reason why Yahweh Shai placed this, entrusted you with this, man. Okay. All right. With that, I'm gonna start using my book, man, cause I'm slow on that computer. All right. This is I'm gonna go to it's Ecclesiastes 3:1 through 11. Okay. All right. It said okay. Okay. Ecclesiastes 3:1 through 11. He said, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. He said, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Right? Because, well, like I said earlier, man, we was in the time, man, to build up the elect, man. We got a lot of young brothers coming to this thing, man, which is a beautiful thing, man. And us is a lot of brothers that's been in this thing, man. I'm not going to go back as far as I've been in it, man. I mean, like maybe 3 years, 2 to 3 years, really, man. Cause in this thing, man, in the day and age, man, y'all was shy of speeding up the time, man. So knowledge is like really is being poured out. Anything you want to know, see, it wasn't so when we first came into the truth, man. It was certain videos being put up, but we could go to certain videos, and it'll still be up. But now, if you getting edified on a video now, man, you better get everything that you can get from that video, because 9 out of 10, when you go back and try to get it, if it's not in your history, the internet is being flooded, man, by the men of GMS, man. Thus, thank Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man, for our apostles, man. All right, because they put out that decree, man, to put up the videos, man. So, hey, man, it's going forth, man. The only thing you see, only men Israel that you see that's putting up videos like that, man, is GMS, man. I get on. You have to almost look, unless it's a controversial ass video Nate and them put up, man. That's the only way you'll run across them niggas, man. But other than that, man, GMS is flooding the internet, man. The Orm and the Thorn. Okay. All right, verse 3. I read that verse 3. It's verse 4. He said, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Right, man. Ain't no time to be dancing, man. That time of mourning is coming, approaching quickly. Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace. I'm gonna go back to 5:1. Verse 5. He said, "A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together." Right, man. And that could be for two allegories. Back in the ancient days, they didn't have guns, man. So you could gather stones. What would you gather stones for? Sometimes if you were by a river, you can gather stones to build a dam, to work for your use. You can gather stones for war. David used this. Matter of fact, he used a rock to slay Goliath. Okay. Um, you can also use stones, man. I put down my mother's pavers. I put down pavers for the first time. Stones are little bitty stones, crushed. Matter of fact, it's called crushed stones. They come in a bag, and you use them after you flatten out the sand, and you use a stamper or a thing to mush keep the sand, tighten the sand, or pack the sand. It's a packer. You plunge it down and get the sand tight. Then you put stones on it, because the stones it kind of levels it. It levels the pavers, for smooth. It makes it sturdy, because it's sand gives. I don't care how much you pack it, man. It's gonna give a little bit. But them stones being at like a stone bed, it level. It's a strong foundation. Okay, so right now, man, we're uh we're gathering stones. Okay, for the apostle, man. We grab well, I mean, it's like it. We grab gathering stones for Yahweh shot. All right. Um, verse 5. Okay, verse 6. He said, a time to get, and a time to lose a time. Wait, it's like a time to get, and a time to lose, and a time to keep, and a time to cast away. Right, man. So coming in this truth, you're gonna lose things, man. All right. And the only thing we should be getting more of, man, is under wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, of this truth. All right. Verse 7. A time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silent, and a time to speak. All right. Time to keep silent, man, is when you amongst these niggas, man. Our speaking time should be mostly, man, when we out in the highways and byways or doing sit downs, man. You at work, man. You know, if the spirit move you, tell a cat something, man, or whatever. Hey, hey, holler at him, man, or get his number. Tell him, hey, man, we could talk more because right now, man, even Satan's ears are keen, man. I tell the cat at work, man. I say, man, watch, what you say, everything now, man, because you got it's a real heavy spiritual time right now, man. I've never felt the times like this. I mean, it's like wicked, man. I could be talking to the brother, man, and I could look up, man, and it's like the whole cafeteria kind of looking at us, man. Like we can. Well, matter of fact, I was talking to him yesterday at the job, and this nigga, this cracker. And me and him was thinking that the dude was Jake, man, because he got red freckles, he got freckles, kind of look like Conor McGregor, man. He looked like him. He ain't, don't act like him though. But the dude had came over. He got a little brace on his arm and shit. And he came over to ask the brother to hey man, you got to. Well, he seen us talking, and he came over there and told him, hey man, you got to come over here and if the machine jam up, you got to help me rack off because I work. Uh, he told him to help if the machine jam, you got to take the product and rack them off. And so he looked at me like the machine ain't jammed. Why the fuck would like looking like the youngster looking at me like, man, why the fuck would he come over here and tell? And I looked at him. I said, man, that's Satan, man. I said, spiritually, he know we over here talking about the word, man. I said he'll do anything to not get you to. And the youngster looked at me like, damn. I said, that's spiritual, man. Now he couldn't hear us because this machine is going in there, so you can't hear shit. So I told him, I said, man, that's spiritual Satan. They jumped on him to come over here to pull you away. I told him, I said, so keep asking questions, man. And as a matter of fact, what he asked me, where did Yahweh Shah go when he died? Because the church doctrine said is he went down to hell to take the keys from Satan or some shit. So I gave him, I told him I'm gonna send him some scriptures. Because matter of fact, I bought him a apocrypha, so I'm uh I'm gonna get back with him on that. But anyway, but yeah, man, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man. So the times now we gotta watch, when we speak, man, because like I said, we're being watched, man, everywhere, man, on the internet, through our families, friends, everybody watching us, man, because it's a spiritual time right now. Okay, all right. Verse 8, he said, a time to love and a time to hate, and that's coming. Right now, matter of fact, that's gonna be my next sit downs, man. Who are our true enemies, man. Um, and a time of war and a time of peace. Right, man. That time of war is coming. That peace is not coming to the kingdom, man. All right, so that war, the Yahweh Shah is gathering up, man, for that war now, man. We seeing every other country, man. It's just, man, it's like everybody at the firing range, man, waiting to get their turn, man. You know. All right. That's it on that. Okay. And yeah. So yeah, man. And being a youth, man, I think back at when I was younger, man, that some things that I've done when I was younger, I wouldn't have thought of doing at my age now, because being young, man, it gives you you rambunctious, man. You like full of life. You like ready to, man, you ready to tackle whatever, man. That's that testosterone, overflowing testosterone. I used to have so much energy, man. I used to challenge myself. I said, I bet y'all can stay up all night and still do things during the day. And I did it one time. I did it. Now I didn't pay for it until like the second day I took a nap or something. But I didn't require much sleep, man. It was crazy. And I used to do that, man. That's why Yahweh Shai won't calls for young men, you know. Not saying that he don't call, like I said, because he called me in my late 30s, man. You know, when I came into this thing, man. So um he has your attention, man. A young man is real attentive to when he's learning, you know, not a nigga, not with that nigga spirit, man, but a young man when and when you send him out to do something, man, he's at it, he's on it, man. So that's why us as older brothers in this truth, man, we supposed to render to the younger brothers, man, because the younger brothers is ready to eat up they ready to eat this thing up, man. All right, so yeah, and but on a flip side to that, man, is young men can also be a detriment, because young men are very influential, man. All right, and if the seed is if the apple is rotten, man, and you got a rotten apple, it's gonna bear fruit rotten seeds. Okay, so you got niggas out here in the world, man, dope dealer niggas, man, that's looking for the same thing. They're looking for young men. I remember a cat that recruited me when I was young, man. He just happened to be an older, kind of decent old dude. She was kind of cool. And I don't want to go into that, man, because I got stories up the yin yang, man. But anyway, you got the flip side to everything in this truth, man. You got if the Yahweh Shah is looking for young men, hey, Satan's looking for young men. So called not only spiritual Satan, but this devil Esau is looking for young men. He's looking at young men to kill your ass, man. He wants to exterminate as many of you motherfuckers as he possibly can, man. Which he's proven time and time again. He's proven still. You still got unarmed jakes, man, getting fucking gunned down, man, shot the fuck up, man. It's not gonna stop. I don't give a fuck how many Reverend Al Sharpton marches you motherfuckers put on. It's not gonna stop, man. It's prophesied in the scriptures. All right. So being young, man, is also got its flip side. Like I said, man, a good example. Um, go to First Kings. Is Rehoboam, man, and and is that? I think it's 8. Yeah, I think it's 8. Rehoboam and Jeroboam and Rehoboam, man, when the kingdom split. Okay, it's like it. Hold 1 second. And they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant. Okay, yeah, Khan, that's it. All right, this is when the kingdoms had split, man, um and Rehoboam had went to the I'm gonna read the verse. It'll explain itself. All right, this is First Kings 12:7. He said, and they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them and answer them and speak good. Wait a minute. Slakia. I gotta go up. Okay. This is First Kings 12:5. And he said unto them, depart ye. He said, depart yet for 3 days, and then come again. Okay. Slakia, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, wait a minute. Pass with you on. Okay. You know what? It's really this whole chat. I didn't really want to go this far. Because Jeroboam was in Egypt at this time. I just wanted verse 8. Okay, well, okay. Let me just go. I'll go to six, 5. This is First Kings 12:5. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. Uh, and King um, King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, okay, this is like I said earlier, when the kingdom split, um, Jeroboam, the prophet I can't never say his name without seeing it. Ahijah had came to him and told him that the kingdom, he had rent his garment in 12 pieces and gave him 10 pieces and told him that the kingdom was going to be split. And when he got back to Solomon, he wanted to kill Jeroboam. Okay, so that's what the first four scriptures is talking about. Um, 'Cause Solomon sent out men to kill him, and so because he wanted his son to reign. All right. And so verse he says, Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon, his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them and answer them and speak good words to them, sound like some niggas now with the church shit, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old man, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father make the yoke make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Um, and now, whereas my father did laid you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastened you with whips, but I will chasten you with scorpions. So yeah, man. So he was being a nigga, man. All right, just like now, man. I used to know spoiled ass niggas when I was growing up, man. I had a friend one time, and I don't know, can't even call that nigga my friend. He was a neighbor, and he had got a new bike. He had an old bike, and we used to trade bikes and stuff. You know, I had a bike that I don't know. Anyway, my bike was different from his. So anyway, he would want to ride my bike for different tricks or whatever, and I could ride his bike just because he had a new bike. So one day he got a new bike, and so he got a new bike, and then he would they had a little bit of money at that time. They had more money than us, so we rode around, went to the store and all of that, and he used to let me ride his bike. So he had some cousins that came in town. So his cousins and them came, and he let one of his cousins use his other bike, and he had an old bike, so he let his friend use that. So I had my bike. So this nigga, being a nigga, he was like, yeah, man, let's go over here. And I really couldn't go too far on my people. My moms wasn't really having it. Hey, look, stay on the block where I can see you, blah, blah, I thank my moms for that, man, because she wouldn't let me be a nigga, bro. My moms used to be really on us about fucking going everywhere. She'd be, be your ass around. All right, so, yeah, so I couldn't go, man. So this nigga was being a nigga, man. He's like, man, he was trying to convince me man, forget what your people say, man. Just come on anyway. And I was like, no, man, I ain't gonna do that. And he knew my mom's, he knew he eat at my crib and all that shit, man. So he was trying to get me to. Oh, I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. So this motherfucker, we kind of got into it a little bit, man. But he was a nigga anyway, man. But he was trying to get me to disregard with the old head, my moms and pops and shit. They was my foundation. That's who I listened to, man. You know. So yeah, man. So this nigga here, man, and his father, I'm pretty sure the guys that his father, the old heads that gave him that advice was his father's peers or whatever. So you listen to the older men, man, because an old man has experience, man. But not saying all old men, matter of fact, I need to get that. Well, shit. Anyway, let me wrap this up, man. But yeah, man, this nigga was being a nigga, man, by hearkening to uh, uh, I'm not saying that young men are not wise, but I'm saying when you need something basically done, you want to ask somebody that's got experience, man. There's such thing of in the workforce, man. They call it apprentice. Okay, apprentice is what somebody new to the workforce, to whatever craft or whatever occupation you so called doing, man. If you're a bricklayer, you're apprentice. If you're a carpenter, man, you're apprentice. When you new coming into it, man, because the older guys has been in there longer than you, not really age wise, but experience wise. Okay, that's why I can't wrap my head around these cats that come into that was once with GMS, man, and then fall off, and then now you know more than the apostles, man. Come on, man, bro? I've never not the Wally how about Shimmy I was shot, man, for not ever putting that type of mind in me, man, to because I always look towards. I mean, it may because I was raised by I had two pops. I had a stepdad and my real dad, and I had hella brothers. So I always kind of grew up dealing with older cats, um, and it paid off, man. Because a lot of times when I went around friends of mine, I always knew more than them. I knew a lot because they would and it would show. I mean, we had a party and shit one times, man. Man, it's like this last last story, man. But we had a shut up. We had a party. We was partying at a spot, and the dude said his brother's lights was off. And I was like, damn, So it started out being like this little chill spot. So uh, two chicks that came. He went to the store and he came back and he brought two chicks with him and shit. And they wanted to smoke and shit, so they was rolling up. And this was in school, so they came over and and so shit. Before we knew it, I don't know how it happened, but before we knew it, it ended up like being like shit, like 10, 15 people there, man. So we sitting around now, we looking for something to do, and brothers trying to get with the little chicks and shit. So basically we're in this one room and shit. So I was like, man, hey, what a meter can at? He was like, the what? I was like, where your lights at? Where the service coming to the house? So he took me outside and showed it to me, bro. They had a little locks on it and shit. So I knew how to turn lights on and shit. So I broke the little bitty lock off. They give you like when your flights first get cut off, they give you this little bitty lock. This is made out of little wire and shit. You can break it off. So I broke it off. And bro, I opened the motherfucking meter can and pulled the little things off and popped the lights on. And they was like tripping, like, whoa, how the fuck you do that, man? Oh shit, bro. We turned on music, kicking it and shit, and had a motherfucking ball, man. And brothers remembered that shit for forever. And they was always, man, even when we got out of school, man, I remember that party, man. He went out there and cut the lights on, man. And it's crazy. So man, it's always wise, man, to listen to old heads that has something constructive to teach you, man. The scripture says, you can learn from a fool, man. All right, it said be quick to listen, man. It's like I don't want to butcher the scripture, but it's like being quick to hear, and be quick to listen than you do speaking, man. Okay, all right. Let me get two more scriptures, man. I'm gonna close it up. This is Proverbs. It's like yeah. Okay. All right. This is Proverbs 20 and 29. He said, the glory of young men in their strength. It's like it. The glory of young men is their strength, kind, and the beauty of old men is their gray head. All right, but don't be fooled by that, man. You got a lot of motherfuckers out here that got gray hair. That's old fools, man. I know a cat got gray hair, but that nigga, man, he gonna put Just for Men out of fucking business, man. This nigga draw. I don't know how the hell he do it, but his gray hair is gray, but he was drawing these to make the gray hair. It actually makes a design in his beard. It's black, and then it got the streaks where it's gray and shit. I was like, man, you know how much time this shit probably take making a little V shape in his beard and shit. And I was like, man, anybody in their right mind know that shit don't grow like that, man. Even though Yahushua is created with the gray hair, man. Because when I first started growing up, bro, I had just a patch of gray hair in the front of my hair. Man, shit, bro. And that shit used to attract chicks like a mall. Chicks be like, man, what happened? What happened right there? Why you only gray in that spot? I was like, I don't know. Just how I grew. And bro, it was beautiful. Even though I embraced my gray, man, I ain't never had a drop of fucking Just for Men, none of that shit. Never even faded me, man. Even chicks I meet now, like, oh, you need to just die. I said, look, if we talking, goddamn it, that mean I already got you. So what the fuck I need to dye my hair for? I have to cut bitches all the time, man. I ain't dying shit. Bitch, either gonna deal, we ain't gonna deal. So so yeah, man. So yeah, and I said earlier, man, the glory of young men is their strength, man. Yeah, because your testosterone is flowing through your blood, man, like raging, man. Matter of fact, I like watching the Animal Channel, man. They show adolescent bull elephants, man. At that young age, bro, they got so much testosterone, man, oozing out of them, man. It comes out of their glands, around by their eyes. I think their glands is in their eyes or something, or by their ears. I'm not sure, but it's oozing testosterone, and they mean as shit, bro. They mean, bro. They see your ass, they gonna attack you, bro. And I watched that episode, man, and that motherfucker elephant was attacking this car, man. I mean, he was like ramming, fucking that car up, bro. That shit was beautiful. So yeah, man. So young men are full of testosterone, man, and Howard Shot knows that. Like I said, man, he wants to deal with young men. You know, um, that's why the scripture says, man, the day that thou hear my voice, man, harden not your heart, man. And hey, oh, it's beautiful. One more testimony. One more. This nigga, I was at my sister's house the other day. Just the other day, this nigga. My sister told, I don't know, I think I mentioned this on the other sit down. I don't know, I'm not sure. But anyway, this nigga, my sister mentioned to this nigga about he a barber. So she mentioned to him about the no linings. So I'm talking to the cat, and he's my sister brought it up. So I'm explaining it to him. So I'm talking, and he's facing me. So then when he answered me, he turns to my sister. And I'm looking like, and I ain't say shit. So my sister, he talking to my sister about. He said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, well, "Yeah, where that come from?" I said, "We came out the scriptures." And he said, "Yeah, by man, wrote by man." So I'm like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Well, everything was wrote by man." I said, "Aren't you a barber?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, that book you studied right to be a barber, that's wrote by man. But still, you apply those skills that you got out of that barber book to your craft now, and you hold true to that because you're a barber." And so he was silent and shit. But the nigga he kept turning around answering my sister. So my sister like, hey, no, tell him, talk to him. I just mentioned it because I wanted my brother to explain it to you. So the nigga turned back around. He got a fucking feminine ass spirit, man. But anyway, long story short, just today I could call my sister and shit. She wanted to come down to Gary. I'm in Gary now, but I was in Indy and I was coming down here. She just called me a few minutes ago. This nigga came down here for a fruit something. His girl's apartment got broken into. But anyway, she went to the crib. She got word back. This little motherfucking nigga just got busted for heroin. And my sister had already told me he got caught. He so called was up here up there in Nap because his mama trying to save. I did mention this on the other video. It's like it. But he's up in Indy because he was trying. His mama had sent him up there because two of his friends got killed here in the G. So he up there trying to escape. Man, that's the spirit. Cause I just said that you can't escape Yahweh Shah, man. So instead of killing this nigga, Yahweh Shah done locked his ass up. So my sister was going cleaning up the crib the other day, her crib, because his mama is my sister's best friend. So she was like, oh, she pleaded to my sister like, girl, can he just stay there? Basically do what I did. Because my sister put me up when I was down there, and I you know got my little gig or whatever, and I dipped out. Once I got my daughter's apartment or whatever. So this nigga, and I read his spirit that day, that night he bucked up and shit. The Yahweh Shah judged that nigga that night. And so I told my sister then, I said, look, man, make sure that you know what this dude is on, man, because I don't get the spirit that nigga's up there trying to, like, get a place and whatever. So his girl came up there just the other day, this past weekend, she was up there, and she went back, and the girl called and said her house got broken into here in Gary. So this nigga jumped on the bus and came down here and shit, and gets into it with the landlord, thinking the landlord had something to do with his girl's house getting broken into, causing a hoopla. Popos rolled up on this nigga, uh, and this nigga gets busted with heroin, man. And I told my sister, I said, I knew that nigga spirit went right. And I said, that day, that nigga, Yahweh shot judge that nigga. Instead of killing him, that nigga, Yahweh reserving that nigga, man, because that nigga's gonna get the hell of missile fire, man. He was a straight fucking nigga, and I think that nigga was a fucking he might have get touched, man, when he was in jail, man. He fucking had a feminine ass spirit on him. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. So man, Yahweh is definitely dealing, man, with the younger brothers, man. The call all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for all the younger Akim, man. Old or young, bro, new just coming into the truth or been in this truth, man. I love all the younger brothers, man. Um, um, so many I can't name them, man. My brother Mathathia from Chicago camp, man. The brother that just came in off the line on our camp, Ali Azar. Love them brother, man. My brother Kai, Quam, all the brothers, man. Matazar, kind of older brother now, but man, it's just they carry a beautiful spirit, man. You know, and they keep us sharp, man. All right. So with that, man, I'm gonna get let me get two more scriptures, man. I promise I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Me and these stories, bro. All right, let me see. Oh shit, I got another in Ecclesiastes. Let me see. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is yeah, cause you get a lot of this, man. You young niggas, man. You niggas out there, man. Not the brothers in this truth, man. You fucking niggas, man. This is for you. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and 9. He said, rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. Because a nigga see everything in this world when you young. You want to deal with everything you see. You want a good job. You want to go to college. You want to make the best. When from high school, you want to fucking make the basketball team. You want to play for college. You want to go some big college, man, and be a sports hero. You want to do everything that your eyes laid upon, man. You want to get all the fucking women, everything, because that's because in this society, you're raised, man, in vanity. But it's like I don't want to give it away because that's what it goes into. All right. He said, he said, he said, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth. Because when you're young, man, you don't think nothing's gonna happen. You think you're invincible, man. I know because I thought that when I was young, man. I was good at everything I did, all sports, man. Basketball, baseball, whatever I played, man. I didn't master none of them, but I was good in all of them. I mean, but I mastered. I didn't go to the pros or nothing. I played basketball in high school for a short time. I started getting high and popping them hoes, man. That shit all flew out the window. All right, hey, hush, man. Shit. All right, in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of shut up. Walk in the ways of thy heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things the power will bring thee unto judgment. Right. So that's basically what that because that nigga that went to jail, he wasn't that young. He was young, but he was a my me young to me basically is your 20s, man. Once you come to 30, you should. It's a certain amount of shit you should know, man. You know, because you got I know cats, man, fucking 35, then at 40, man, they ain't never fucking paid a bill in their life, man. You know, not I don't got nothing against brothers that stay with their moms, man. You know, you might be the only seed, man. You might have to take care of your moms, man. So I'm with that. Everybody don't get a chance to move out. But even if you're taking care of your moms, that means you're what? You're assuming responsibility of the house, man. I mean, bro, I know motherfuckers who 20 something, man. They ain't never fucking changed flat tires, man. That's a fucking shame, man. I knew how to change a flat tire, bro, at like fucking 8 or 9 years old, man. I was driving fucking at 12. Pops had a construction business, so it was required of us. Shit, he used to tell us to take the truck to the dump and shit. So you got I don't know how old that nigga was, man, but that nigga was he was like maybe 30, 35, something like that. Should have knew better than fucking selling some motherfucking dope, some rocks and shit or whatever the fuck he had. But yeah, man, because YASHARAHAL is going, it's crazy because even when I was in that life, man, I always regarded, I knew what I was doing was wrong, man. I knew it. Matter of fact, that was the reason why I ended up going down to Kokomo, because I seen we had a candy store uh in my neighborhood when I kind of got into the game and shit. So I I had yeah, I had I had seen this dude, man, getting beat up, man. I mean, matter of fact, it seemed like he could play that shit. It was like off the movie Boys in the Hood. Whenever they beat that dude up with the rocks and shit, and then they took the garbage can and slammed on his head, it was an episode just like that before the movie even came out. I can remember that shit, and they beat his ass, and I was sitting there like, damn, dude only owe you $5. We out here making hella money. Y'all doing all that, and I'm thinking to myself, and I was like, damn, he doing all this for $5, and I just shake my head like, this is fucked up, man. This ain't it ain't no more fun and games. We making money, but I was like, doing this shit. We making money, having fun at nighttime. But when I really seen that shit hit home, man. Like, damn, he fucking that dude up, man, for $5. And then after that, shortly after that, motherfuckers just started getting killed, everything, man, kidnapped. And I was just like, damn, this shit fucked up, you know. So when I went to Kokomo and I seen all the fucking crackers, I vowed that I was gonna try to sell as much of that shit to them and pop as many of they women as I possibly could. Call myself being, that wasn't righteous, but that's my mindset back then, you know. So yeah, man. So, but yeah, man, I ain't no sorrow for that, man. Fuck it. All right, yeah, man. So the power is will bring thee into judgment. This is verse 10. Therefore, remove sorrow from thy heart and put away evil from thy flesh. For from childhood and youth, for childhood and youth are vanity. Right, man. So when you at 12 years old, man, a man is at the age of accountability. I thank Yahweh about Shem Yahweh Shah, man, for because when I was shortly after that story I told you earlier, when the little young cat died, that was around the time that I had sent my son back to his mom, and I think he was 9. When he came back to me, he was 13, and it was all spiritual. He was working with me out in the yard one time, and he had his little duds on, standing next standing next to me, man. He hadn't seen me in a long time. He was like, so I said, man, look, help me rake the yard. Go change his clothes and come back. He went change his clothes, came back, helping me rake. I was happy about being with his pops, and so something happened. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? He came back the day Michael Jackson ass that died. I can remember that. That's what it happened. Because the girl next door was telling me about he had died, and I had set the rake to the side, and I went over there to talk to her, and some kind of way he assumed that we were through. So I got through talking to her, and I went. I guess he had it on her phone or something. She was showing me. I was like, oh shit. So anyway, I watched it, whatever, and then I went back and grabbed my rake, and we got back to raking. So I guess he went and grabbed his rake, and we raking, and he raking some on his feet, and he's like, oh man. He looked up, and I looked up, and I noticed that he had went back and changed his clothes. I said, hey man. So I ain't say nothing. I let him mess dirty his shoes up. I said, because I ain't say nothing, because I ain't telling him to go change. So anyway, we started raking the yard back up. So once we got done, we had to pick the shit up. Man, I got a method of how I pick up leaves. Put my 2 legs, 2 feet, hold the bag, and I make a tent, and I pull the bag up straight and rake the leaves. So that's one man, one man can pick up the leaves. So I showed him how to do that, and he was fucking up his shoes. So once we got through, he said, damn, I'm going ahead and wash my shoes. I said, hey, look here, man. I said, whenever we working, I said, you work. I said, when we get through working, when I say we done, then you go change, take a shower and change your clothes. I said, don't just assume that we through. And he just looked at me like, he said, okay, Dad. You know, and I just remember that, man, because, it's just like certain little things I be remembering, man. So I was showing my son even then, man. Shortly after that, he had did something else that made me mad, man. And I remember saying he can contest to this story too. And I remember he did something. He made me mad. And I said, look here, man. I was at the computer watching videos doing something because I hadn't told him about the truth because he had just came back, and I'm really like, I'm kind of new on the truth, man. I ain't know that, uh, I mean, I just didn't know that I was supposed to give my. No, I guess I knew I was supposed to give him the truth, but anyway, the Yahweh Shah put on my spirit. So I said, look here, man. He threw the pen down. I said, look, hey, man, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you this, man. I'm going to teach you the scriptures. And look, man, hey, this is what it's going to be about. All this going out, hanging with friends and all that, I ain't with all that, blah, blah. So, and I was stern with it. Hey, man, and through the grace of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man, I know when he see this, he going to laugh. Um, Hey man, he got it, man. He got it and ran with it, man. And hey man, that was a beautiful thing, man. All right. He said, "For remove sorrow from thy heart." Like, don't be being out, because at the age of accountability, man, is 12 years old. So I remember the brother Dimash, man, his son, he had toys, and I remember the brother rebuking his son, man. Hey, man, look, man, everything about playing, because I remember he used to play with his little games and his little toys crashing together and stuff like that. I remember the brother, hey, look, man, you don't be bringing them toys here, man. You come here, man. It's time for you to grow up, man, be a man. And that was at the age of 12, man. Because they come from their mothers, man. So they'll fall on their bikes and cry and all that shit, man. Um, yeah. So he said, remove therefore sorrow from thy heart and put away evil from thy flesh, right? Because they flesh want to do all type of shit, man. They want to run off and shit and play with niggas and shit, man. Playing with them fucking toys. It ain't nothing wrong with toys at a certain age, man. But after a while, man, start grooming your kids to fucking read, man. Start them off reading at a young age. Because them women, man, that's all women do, bro. I cleaned out a brother's house, man, and I got hella fucking toys. Because I called myself doing a little flea market and shit, man. So I got toys up the ass, man. And my grandson, 2 years old, man. So I'm about to give him most of that shit, man, because he's two. So I'm gonna let him play with that shit, the stuff that he won't eat and shit, and let him play with toys, right? Because two, three, four, his pops in the truth, and I'm and his granddaddy in the truth. So man, well, Lord willing, we ain't gonna get that far, Lord willing, this place over, man, but this year, Lord willing. Um, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, man, we're not gonna, snatch that spirit from your children, man. All right, he said, therefore, remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from thy flesh. For childhood and youth are vanity. Yeah, man. Fucking uh it's his birthday because moms do that shit, man. The mothers throw birthday parties for their kids, man, up until they can't throw them no more. Then a nigga take that shit on. Oh man, I'm 35, man. This year, nigga, you coming to my party? Nigga, rent out a hall. That shit don't make no sense. You will go buy food and drinks and hire niggas to come to your party to drink and eat up all your shit just to say happy birthday to you. What the fuck sense do that make? Now, if somebody throw you a surprise party, or really shouldn't nobody be throwing you no parties, man. Because if man knows it's no one gonna throw me a surprise birthday party. Because everybody around me know my belief system, man, what I stand for. So ain't nobody gonna waste their money on throwing me no fucking party. You know, it's the same for my son, man. His wife wouldn't throw him no party. She knows where he stands. Okay. All right. With that, man, let me read one more scripture and then I'm gonna wrap it up, bro. Alrighty. This is heavy scripture. He put this in here twice. It's so heavy. This is Saint John. This is Saint John 2:13. Oh, I went to 6. Okay, this is Saint John 2:13. He said, I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father. Man, Yahweh Shah writes to the little children, man. That's beautiful, man. You could read this to your child and tell him, say, look, man, he don't exclude no one. The scripture is for everybody, man. Everybody. All right? He said, the young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. Right, man. So this scripture is for one that knows about the knowledge, the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. All right, this ain't for no nigga, man, because a nigga has not overcome the wicked one. All right, a nigga in this day and age right now, man, about 25 to 30, 35, that nigga want to save the world, man. That nigga loves everybody. Now, if you don't believe me, ask any a cat that you know around that age and tell him, man, do you hate anybody? No, man, I don't hate nobody, man. You can't look at things back in the day, man, and charge the white man for it. Even though his brothers and his peers is the ones out here getting gunned down, man. Very few of these niggas, man. These niggas want to forgive and forget, man. All right, so that scripture is not for it's not for no average Jake, man. All right. And the next one is 1 John 2:14. I ain't have to go nowhere. He repeated itself. He said, I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of the power abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. Right. He kind of reworded it, but he reworded it, but he said it twice, man. I'm gonna go on. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And that's a lot of young cats, man. Old cats too. Don't let me exclude them because there's a lot of old fools out there, man. All right. With that, man, I've been out here tied you brothers up long enough, man. I know Jake got a short attention span, but man, I hope you brothers was edified, man. All right. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Call Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the elder apostles in whom the truth resides. All right, peace and blessings, man, to all you Akim out there, man, to the elect first, man. You brothers out there, man, that's preaching this thing, man. The sincerity, brothers. All right. Shalom, man. Ahabata.